Alright, we're back here at Osh International Airport. We're about to fly on TezJet's Avro RJ85. So as you've heard from me, and also supposing that you read the title of this video, me and my friends will be flying the Avro today. As you might have deduced, we are in Kyrgyzstan's second largest city right now. Flights between Osh and Bishkek, the capital city, are very frequent and operated by many Kyrgyz airlines. TezJet, a very interesting airline operating a rather unusual fleet of aircraft. Their fleet consists of 2 RJ85 Avros and 1 MD-80. But as of editing this video, they are about to receive their second MD-80, and what's interesting about it is that that airframe is the last Mad Dog ever built. I guess it's time to return to Kyrgyzstan for the third time to fly on that. Anyways, if you wanna know how their MD-80 looks like, I've made a trip report about it last year, so make sure to check it out later. And here we are at the domestic terminal in Osh, after security and waiting for our Avro to arrive. No, wait, it's already here! This specific airframe is 28.5 years old at the time of filming. Originally belonging to Sabena, later Brussels Airlines, and also Elinair in Greece, it now flies here in Kyrgyzstan, and TezJet might very well be its final operator. Now, as I entered the aircraft, you could spot the difference between the first row of seats and the rest behind them. Well, the first row appeared to be the so-called Tez Premium class. I don't recall seeing those type of seats in the MD-80. Side note, the first row on the MD-80 has a way bigger legroom than the rest of the cabin, so I guess it's being sold as premium? Just check the website, yes, they are selling the premium tickets on the MD-80 as well. Anyways, yes, ladies and gentlemen, the Avro RJ85. First of all, it's really hilarious how they can fit the free seat configuration inside a plane of such small scale. Second of all, the cabin is actually better than I expected, kind of. I expected, like, I heard bad reviews from, like, many other people that flew TezJet, reviews on YouTube and stuff. I mean, the legroom is, for me, it's good enough. The seatbelt is a little weird, but I guess that's normal on Avros. Maybe it depends on the cabin as well. Anyways, here's the table. Pretty big, actually. You got your seat pocket here with the safety card. Last time I flew TezJet on the MD-80, the cards still featured the old blue branding, but this time we got the new green design already. So fabulous. Overhead panel. Overall, the cabin looked old, that is for sure, and it was especially visible on seat features such as reclining or the tray table itself. But overall, that wasn't a big issue. The armrests also featured ashtrays. Yes, if you didn't know, in the past you could smoke inside the plane, but that was a very long time ago. It is actually quite comfy, to be honest. And this is the view. And this is interesting. What the hell? Oh, I've never seen two-sided window blinds that retract from the top and from the bottom. Okay, that is a first time for me. No, it is not very common, but it can be seen, for example, in exit rolls in many aircraft, such as the KLM 737-800 I flew a while ago. Before we take off, there is one more thing I gotta say. The aircraft wasn't very clean, actually it was dirty as hell in some places.
Желаю вам приятного полета, благодарю за внимание.
Sadly, from row 3 I could only see one engine. Should I remind you that the Avro has 2 on both wings in case you forgot somehow? Yes, the Avro RJ85 does have a relatively slow climb rate, as you can clearly see in this clip. This is due to a combination of design, engine characteristics, and performance trade-offs. Here is a small aviation nerd talk. The RJ85 is powered by 4 Honeywell LF507 turbofan engines. These engines are low bypass, low thrust, and optimized for quiet operation and short field performance, not high speed or rapid climbs. Compared to twin-engine regional jets like the Embraer E-Jet or Bombardier CRJ series, the RJ85's engines produce less thrust per pound of aircraft weight. Moreover, the RJ85 has a high mounted wing and T-tail design, which improves short field and high lift capabilities. However, it also increases drag during climb, especially at lower speeds and altitudes. Furthermore, the aircraft was designed for operations in the short, steep and high altitude runways, like those in London City Airport, the Alps or remote mining airstrips. To achieve this, engineers prioritized low approach speeds and short takeoff runs over climb rate. This makes it ideal for urban or mountainous airports, but at the cost of slower ascent performance. Okay, so the thoughts so far are that the Avro is a very cute, very little plane. I love the sound of the engines, I absolutely love that. Hopefully they'll turn off, I mean we're at about 12,000 feet of altitude right now, still climbing, probably to like 25-ish, 24,000 feet, and hopefully I'll go check out the restroom because I'm excited to see how it looks like. Also, I don't expect to be any in-flight service. There was in-flight service on TezJet on the MD-80, but only on the flight back to Bishkek, and they only served water, which is like, it's still something. On Skyfru, for example, Skyfru on which I flew in the morning today, they didn't serve a single thing. They didn't even turn off the seatbelt sign, so I couldn't even check out the toilet. But I really want to check out the restroom here on the Avro because there's very few of them left still flying. I won't have probably another chance to be inside the toilet of an Avro. Maybe in a museum or something, I don't know. So I actually got to see the toilet, but only after we landed, because of course they didn't switch the seatbelt sign off. Спасибо. Okay, it's actually quite spacious, didn't expect that. Okay. Alright, we are reaching cruising altitude of 23,000 feet. The flight time between Osh and Bishkek is about 45 minutes, so as soon as we reach the cruising altitude with this Avro, which it, by the way, really struggled to due to the reasons we discussed, we started descending. By the way, I really gotta say that I love the mountains here in this region, and that is actually one of the reasons why I am here again in Kyrgyzstan, alongside of course other reasons such as trying out Osman Airlines. Tripreport about the brand new Kyrgyz airline is already out on my channel, so feel free to check it out after finishing this one. And also please, if you're enjoying this video so far, subscribe, like and share for more awesome, fun, educative aviation and travel vlogs. Thank you so much. It seems like we have started descending now slightly. These mountains are heavy fucking metal. Look at that! Holy crap! And with the snow, it's even better than in the summer. Wow. How gorgeous.
Check the mic and make sure it sound right, boys.
despite feeling like it was about to fall apart during touchdown, the flight on the Avro was very enjoyable. By the way, as of 2025 there are only approximately 22 Avros left flying, so it was a big pleasure to try it out here in Kyrgyzstan with lovely TezJet. Though I found it enjoyable because I'm an F-geek, regular passengers might prefer newer options like Asman, which for comparison offers a new, clean, refurbished cabin in their Q400s. I do feel like the free seat configuration on the Avro is a bit too tight, but it seems to work, I guess. The flight was like 95% booked, by the way, which doesn't always occur on this route, at least speaking from my experience, but I have heard from many people that overbooks do happen on a regular basis, so yeah. If you are interested in more flight reviews from Central Asia, I have a whole playlist featuring many interesting flights, for example on the Antonov AN-24 in Kazakhstan or L410 in Uzbekistan. That video is the most successful flight review of mine so far, for which I am very grateful. And since I'm from Europe, there is also a whole bunch of flight reviews on my channel, on all kinds of airlines over there. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this one. Special thanks for the lovely crew on TezJet, once again just like last year. And subscribe, like and share. FJ out. It's been a pleasure. Thank you. Bye.